It is gorgeous, isn't it? But here as we look stateside to our big picture, and notice this little bump in the jet stream where we have our ridge, and riding around that ridge is where we're seeing some areas with some of that monsoonal moisture, some showers and storms picking up, and then a bit of a trough in the east. And you'll find too that in the southeast right now with that trough, we do have some active weather along the Carolinas, for example, and into Florida. As we follow what's happening now and then compare to what we will see as we move through time, we'll continue to watch some of these areas in the west, and by midweek you're going to see it a little bit more active with some of these storms popping up, the monsoonal areas, and then we'll continue to find that very hot weather in the middle of the country and more areas where we'll find rain moving through not just the southeast, but also by midweek you'll see more of that moving toward the northeast coast. Now if we focus in on one of the areas in the west, Denver, we can check here and you look at another beautiful site. I tell you, there are so many wonderful spots in the world to vacation to. It really is beautiful here. We've got some clouds out there, partly cloudy is what we'll officially call it. That temperature now is comfortable at 79, but if you're like me, once it starts to go beyond the 70s into the 80s, it gets a little bit more uncomfortable. By Wednesday, though, watch for more of these storms in and around Denver. 95 is what we are looking at there. And a quick check here, almost forgot this, our 5-day outlook, and there you can see we do have much more heat in store for this area, as well as storms.
Well, day 3 of the 2012 Summer Games is underway. On the left, a live look at London, where it's 68 degrees and fair skies. A very different story from yesterday. Tennis, archery, equestrian, and women's cycling were all hit with downpours, and more rain is in the forecast. Now, the weather's turning a bit brisk and windy today in London for day 2 of the games, but how do the elements affect athletes competing outdoors? Our Jim Cantori is in London with more on how the elements impact the sport of shooting.
In addition to the incredible hand-eye coordination that goes along with target shooting, sometimes it's the wind, rain, and/or heat that determines who comes up with the gold at the end of the day.
We literally shoot in the rain, wind, snow, blistering heat.
The only thing that we don't shoot in is lightning. Obviously, holding a large metal object in lightning is not a good idea.
The wind actually does affect the clay target. It will make it dive, it will make it dip, it will make it, do all kinds of things.
Well, one thing that the wind does too is not only affect the targets, but it also affects the shotguns we're shooting whenever we're mounted. We're holding them out, in the shooting position. The wind can sometimes come along the side of it and actually push you left and right a little bit. A matter of inches, but out there it's a matter of feet.
Really, who gets the wrong gusts at the wrong time could really take a target or two away, and most medals are won and lost by one target.
Rain is also a challenge. It makes everything kind of slippery and wet, and we actually have to put on more gear, and the more layers you put on, the more difficult it is sometimes to get that gun up in the perfect spot and be able to hit the target.
You can either let those weather conditions distract you and get you off your game, or you can, let those conditions make you focus even harder and shoot even better.
Not only am I proud to be an Olympian, but it's so much more of the representation of my country, in sport and on foreign soils.
It's just an honor.
390 competitors go for the gold here at the Royal Artillery Barracks, which has heritage going back to 1716. That's 60 years before our country was even born. In London at the 2012 Summer Games, I'm meteorologist Jim Cantori.
Love that blue sky behind you, Jim, but that's going to turn to clouds and rain come tomorrow. We're going to see more of that. The good news, I guess, is the wind really won't be too much of a problem. There may be some steady winds from the south-southwest at about 13 miles per hour. Hopefully that will not be enough to affect those moving targets. Stay with us for more here on Daylight.
Where do you belong? With the up-all-nighters? With the first-timers? With the triple dog darers? Wherever you belong,